Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Sagittarius, October 3, 2022. Today's moon stirs your enthusiasm, and you can enjoy pleasant interactions with others and share your larger ideas and thoughts. Today and tomorrow, spirits are high but a little unstable due to a Venus-Jupiter influence. It's probably best to avoid overstating or promising, as it may be better to live in the moment right now. It can be a restless day until you get in touch with your true needs, which can be a tall order today, but far from impossible. Feelings, interactions, or a social event or connection feels larger than life, or there's a tendency for a tug-of-war in a relationship, and it becomes confusing who truly wants what. Stretch yourself if you feel the desire, but know your limits to prevent snapping, and aim to work on getting to a better place of self-awareness. As Venus twirls through your solar 7th house, you will see harmony in all of your relationships. Existing romantic unions and marriages can enjoy more pleasure, sweetness, and comfort together. If there have been hiccups recently, particularly because of the present retrograde, everything may be able to be smoothed out now. Singles should focus on finding someone now who harbors long-term potential in their eyes rather than searching for just a hot fling. Go where the wind takes you today. Expect to be in high spirits as the moon enters rambunctious Sagittarius. The lunar energy of the archer will encourage you to shoot off in a direction that you feel strongly about. You may have an opportunity or experience worth exploring that could further develop an aspect of your career path. Jump into the opportunity without a second thought by tapping into the spirited lunar energy. If anything, try not to preach to your professional choir during this lunation. Know your audience. The moon's departure from your financial sector yesterday was always going to leave you with your financial instincts and imagination fueled and a download of information, insights, and messages to unpack. At a point in the year when there has been more focus on the income side of the financial fence, the moon leaves you with a sense that the other side is about to get a boost. You can organize your life to fit your needs, the options are there for the taking. If ever the planets were encouraging you realize that you are in the driver's seat, it is now. To bring the challenge down to a more tangible level, try challenging yourself to a more demanding physical routine. This could mean anything from starting to exercise for the first time in your life to deciding this is the year you will run a marathon. Either way, you are taking control. Here is a day that is going to be favorable. The vibrations are going to allow you to start pushing ahead and discover new horizons. So, get involved with your family and friends and don't hesitate to communicate with them and open yourself up to new ideas. The atmosphere will be relaxed in your emotional life and you will multiply the interesting contacts that you make. In your professional life, you will have a slight decrease in activity but nothing of any consequence. Keep the sense of curiosity and fresh outlook you have. Your family and friends admire this in you. In a week where there has been a lot of cosmic activity, as Mercury reaches his last full day of his last retrograde phase of 2022, there is a chance to hit the pause button. It is on the job front in particular that there is a call to hold back, with today's adventurous lunar vibes encouraging you to keep your work hat off. The professional gods are only keeping their finger on the pause button for so long, with next week set to become a lot busier. The last 48 hours have seen the last planet leave your romantic sector, and while this will leave it empty until next year, this is later in the year than is normally the case. It is today's adventurous lunar vibes that are picking up on the romantic essence of the last few months and the roadmap to your heart that this has left you with. Our eyes in the sky. A Mercury retrograde phase can be notorious for causing mixed messages, misunderstandings, and mistakes, but there can be real advantages, and that has been the case for the planet of communication's short double dip back into your relationship sector. With the support of Uranus, in retrograde motion in your communication sector, and Pluto, who moves into his final 7 days in retrograde motion in your friendship sector today, this has been a valuable chance to give your relationships, the past, and unsaid words a voice. As Mercury turns direct, the focus shifts to moving forward. It was just over a week ago that Mercury retrograded back into your relationship sector with a chance to give your relationships, the past and unsaid words, a voice. Mercury's direct turn today shifts the focus back onto the future, with another 9 days to work with the planet of communication before he leaves again. Today adds perfect symbolism to the beginning of the month. A vibrant waxing moon in Sagittarius is an absolutely fantastic way to open up an energetic portal to illuminate the greater aspects of one's life. This is a lesson in leadership for many, and it can be a release of the old ways in the collective struggle. Sagittarius energy asks you to open your mind to new possibilities and walk away from outdated approaches in every realm of life. Everyone is really going to feel this lunar wave, and it might mean that your inner rebel will take priority over other people's expectations. This is also a vibration that could trigger you to step out of the normal way of doing things. Some people might show their inner rage in some way. This moon triggers our solar plexus chakra, asking us to purify and cleanse our anger. The wounds are still here, and some of them are meant to be here for life. In fact, the lesson is to take the path that others are too afraid to walk down, knowing that you might be doing this alone. This is the cost of breaking societal norms. It can be a lonely process, but at the end of the day you'll be grateful for these cosmically aligned shifts. In the morning, the Sagittarius moon sextiles Saturn in Aquarius, offering an emotionally steady start to the day. Under this influence, we are introspective, pondering life's meaning. We wish to make our mark on the world, and with this idealistic aspiration tempered by a pragmatic strategy, we have a good chance of doing so. Hard work is taken up in the spirit of adventure. Old problems can be tackled with a novel approach. It's a good time to speak to elders and take a cue from their playbooks. Discover the causes that drove those who came before you to make a difference. What was their inspiration? Following this, the moon opposes Mars in Gemini, provoking irritation. We've established our morning plan with the intent to make headway, but distractions push us off course. People may require our assistance. Although we want to help, we also feel put out. Why can't they figure this out themselves? Instead of succumbing to frustration, consider temporarily delaying personal plans to aid others. We won't get much accomplished during this commotion anyhow. It's best to address this issue and return to our own interests when things have calmed down.